everyone, welcome back to the Geordie View. Newcastle United are one win away from the Champions League after we beat Brighton Hove Albion 4-1 last night. What a night it was. Event against a very good Brighton side who will probably still get Europe. And, the sixth in the league. They just beat Arsenal 3-0, so I was a bit worried coming into this game. But, wow. That was fantastic from us. Looking at the starting 11, Eddie Howe actually went with the same side that drew against Leeds. So I was a bit concerned. Isak and Wilson together, obviously Isak out wide. Is it going to work so well? Having them starting rather than maybe having Isak coming off the bench or Wilson coming off the bench and Isak going out wide. But it worked, so can't question him now. And the first half, Brighton were trying to play out from the back a lot, and they played some very good football. But our pressing, that really suited our pressing game. Just forced them into errors, and we got the goal. It was actually an own goal. Trippier put corner in from him, and as Undav headed it into his own net. The cameras initially pointed to Caicedo, but it went down as an own goal from Undav, and we're 1-0 up, and it was coming. I can't remember Brighton doing much in that first half, to be honest. And then we got the second goal on the stroke of half time. Willock was fouled. So free kick, dangerous position. Trippier whipped it in, and Dan Burn was there to head it home. His first Premier League goal, because of course he scored against Leicester in the Carabao Cup. And he gets a goal against his former club. He does celebrate. Cracking header from the lad, because a lot of people saying, we should be bringing back a Target back in at left back. But brilliant header from him, and we're 2-0 up on the stroke of half time. But then second half, Brighton improved. De Zerbi definitely gave them a kick up the backside, and they got a goal quite early on. Well, we should have made it 3-0. There was a ball in, and Almiron was unmarked. Hit a shot first time, but it was a good save from Steele. And then Wilson headed over the bar. But then Brighton got the goal. Gilmore, brilliant pass from him to Undav. Cher needs to be doing better there, but Undav gets in and slots it away. Good finish from him to put the ball into the right net this time. Well, he scored twice at the Leazers. One in the first half for us, and one in the second half for Brighton. And let's be honest, the second half, it was so nervy. You're worried, it's such a big game in our race to secure Champions League football. Brighton going to go and get an equaliser to make our job harder. But it was Bruno had a shot which went just over. He potentially could have left that for Anderson, who did well. You can't remember who he played it to. I think it was Isak he played it to, and then before Bruno had the shot. Then again, that he might have been better off leaving it for Anderson to have a pop, but it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, Willock did have to go off injured. A lad who's just been brilliant in the second half of the season. Unfortunately, looks like his season's done. I've seen him on the crutches. We'll get into potential midfield for the Leicester game later on. But we got with third goal. I think Eddie Howe was saying, get some subs on, get some fresh legs on. ASM, Gordon. They came on eventually, but yeah, I was hoping we'd get them on sooner. But then we did make it 3-1. Almiron does brilliantly against Caicedo. And it's a lovely pass to Wilson. You're thinking, is he going to be flagged offside after he's had the shot? But he's one-on-one still, just tucks it in. He beat the offside trap, and it's game over. But then we got ourselves a fourth goal. It was a ball to Wilson, who he does brilliantly. He turns Lewis Dunk, I think it was. Then plays it back to Bruno. He makes it 4-1. What a performance. What a night. And we are just one win away from the Champions League for next season. By the way, Roberto De Zerbi, I liked what he said after the game. He said, we deserve Champions League. Really good team. Obviously, he mentioned the Man United game. He mentioned he thought we should have had a penalty against Arsenal when VAR overturned it. He's obviously admitted that, Brighton weren't good enough. But they'll just have to go again against Southampton at the weekend. You'd think they'd win that one. Southampton already relegated, but you never know. You see plenty of clubs get wins right after they've been relegated. Unfortunately, we were on the receiving end of that in 2015 off QPR. But if we're looking at the Premier League table, we are 3 points above Manchester United now. Of course, Manchester United do have the game in hand against Chelsea next Thursday. And 4 points ahead of Liverpool. So, Brighton can no longer catch us. So, if we win against Leicester or Chelsea, we're into the Champions League. But if Liverpool lose against Villa on Saturday, then we'll have Champions League football in the bag by the time we play Leicester. I hate how it's a Monday night game again, last home game, second year run this has happened, so I'm hoping when the fixtures come out next month for next season, we are at home for the final day, so that doesn't happen, because the one time it's happened in recent times, well, since 2018, was against Liverpool, and that ended up being behind closed doors. But that Leicester game, I'm looking forward to that one. Atmosphere, it's going to be bouncing. Party atmosphere beforehand if Liverpool have lost against Villa. Mind you, if they draw against Villa, then all we'll need is a point against Leicester. And Leicester, their players look like they do not care right now. They're in a relegation battle. They look like they're getting relegated. Hopefully, though, they don't turn up against us. Because conceding 3 in the first half away at Fulham and losing 5-3. I know they had a penalty save later on, and they were shocking against Liverpool. Probably lucky. That 3-0 scoreline probably flattered them. But hopefully we'll have another special night against Leicester after that Carabao Cup quarter-final win against them earlier in the season. But we'll get into that game now before we end the video. It looks like, unfortunately, as I said, Willock looks like his season's done if he's coming out on crutches. Joe Linton, he's a potential doubt for that game. For me, if he's not fully fit, then don't play them, in my opinion. I think Bruno's been getting through the season, getting through an injury he's been carrying. These lads are probably looking forward to the season ending and recovering. And although potentially they may have to pull out of international duty in June to help recover. But in terms of a side, he's got to start Anthony Gordon if they're both out this game. Because Gordon, he did well when he's come on against Liverpool and Bournemouth in February, even though we didn't win those games. He's playing the midfield. But I'm hoping he can get a start, because there's no way Willock's going to be playing. Longstaff's obviously injured as well. I don't see him starting the game. You could probably argue his season's done. Anderson might have to come in and start. But be a good opportunity for the lad if he does. Because he did alright last night. Potentially we could end up giving the day to Lewis Miley, who was on the bench. That we pulled him out of England under 17 duty to be on the bench. But it'd be good to get him some experience, some game time before the season ends. Because I like the look of him. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel. Check out my social media pages in the description below. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you probably Tuesday for the Leicester review. Hopefully celebrating Champions League football, coming back to St James's Park.